You were the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I want you to really think about that for a moment. Get your phone, start scrolling through your contacts. Do any of the people that you see there, do they inspire you? Do they motivate you? Are they challenging you to grow? If not, it's time to change your circle. This thing can be very hard to do, but I'm actually here to help. I recently read a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it completely changed how I even look at relationships. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to show you the principles that I learned in this book and how they can actually affect your life. So I'm going to help you build connections, expand your network to be able to get opportunities that are going to change your life. But before I even do any of that, I do want to first introduce myself. My name is Jalon Abrams, and this is the Unknown and Talented podcast. The first step to win friends and influence people is to actually show interest in them. Like people. I know a lot of people in this world could be nasty, rude, mean, but we want to actually see the best out of people. And this episode is not to show you how to take advantage of someone, just showing interest in them to get something out. It's about to build connections because what we're looking for are looking for people that can actually help our life, but we want to also help other people's life. It's all about giving. It's all about serving, helping others. That's what the main thing is about. So you want to find people that you can help, but they can help you as well. Because if the only thing they can do is help you, they're not going to want to be in your community because you can't do nothing for them. People feel like the world revolves around them. So when you're meeting someone for the first time or trying to have a conversation at a networking event, if you come and start talking about yourself, the person is going to zone out because nobody wants to hear about you. Nobody cares about what you got going on. Nobody cares that you just bought a car, you just had a child, you just got married. Nobody cares about that because what does that do for that person? So when you come into a conversation with someone, ask them about them, get into their business. That's how you're going to actually build that connection with that person. Because once you start asking them about stuff, asking about their life, and now you're going to start correlating your life to them. So if somebody says, I'm from New York, I'm from New York. And now you could kind of blend the conversation that way, but you want to find something about them that connects to you, not something about you that connects to them. So I have a quote that I got from this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm probably going to say that 500 times in this episode. But the quote is, you can make more friends in 2 months by being interested in them than in 2 years by making them interested in you. So I love this quote is because people are just so self-centered with what they got to go on. I know everybody has goals, everybody has things that they want to accomplish, but the thing about building a network and building connections, you got to realize that everyone has things that they want to accomplish. Everyone has individual goals. But your goal is to build that network so you can have people in your circle that can inspire you, that can motivate you, that can keep to challenge you to grow, right? These are the people you need to find, but you need to get that information out of the person to find out this is someone you even want to build a relationship with, right? But if you're just talking about yourself the whole time, you never find out if this person is actually good for me either. So the thing about this though, that I don't want y'all to get confused at, I don't want y'all to use these tactics that I'm going to give y'all to be able to take advantage of someone or kind of use them for not good use. These are about helping you get friends. These are people that you're going to be talking with for a long time. But that first conversation that you have is very important. It's very important trying not to impress people, trying to say, oh, I got this, oh, I got that, oh, I got this, you be my friend. You don't want to do that because now that actually might backfire on you. You might find someone that's just looking to be a leech and squeeze every little thing you have out of you for themselves. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to say, "Oh man, I'm balling over here, guys. I need friends." No. What you want to do is you want to show interest into what they got going on, make them feel like they're the expert at whatever they do. They do bowling, ask them a bunch of questions about bowling. Man, I was trying to be a great bowler, this, that. Those are conversations you want to have. Make them feel good. And now once you make them feel good and then you start talking about your stuff and you found out you connect, now you got a connection that way. But that's how you want to start it. Ask about that person, not about you. And the second thing you want to do is just be a good listener. As simple as just having good eye contact. As y'all notice, when I record this podcast, I'm looking straight into the lens because I want to make sure you know that I'm talking to you. And that's the same thing you do when you're talking to somebody else. You want to make sure you're looking right at them. So now somebody's talking and you're looking to the left, you're looking to the right. Now you're like, man, this person's not even trying to pay me no mind. And now you just lost out on an opportunity, lost out on a friendship, lost out on having someone to your network because you just wasn't paying attention. Little things like that. When you're having a conversation, listen to what they're saying. Have follow-up questions. Have check-in questions. Oh, what do you mean by that? Oh, can you expand on what you mean? Because now this person that was really important now is like, okay, this person really listens. This person cares about what I want to say. I want to have more conversation with that person. You'll be surprised how much times people just love talking about themselves. I recently went to, not recently, probably the last year, I went to this event called InvestFest. And every time that I met someone that was, known or an influencer, I was always going up to them and asking them how I can grow. How can I be better? And those conversations that I had, those weren't memorable conversations for them. Those are conversations that they hear with about everybody. Just, oh, be consistent, making sure you have good quality. All this stuff is just like, okay, that's nothing. What I should have done is started talking about them, talking about their experiences, because now that's something they're going to remember. And I was like, man, this person's cool. You know what? Let's exchange Instagrams. Stuff like that. But you want to making sure they feel important. That's what you do. You kind of stroke their ego in a way. But like I said, not to use the person, but to build that network. And one more thing that you do not need to do, this is what you do not need to do. Don't cut people off. When someone is talking, listen to them. Let them ramble. If they want to ramble, let them ramble. That's even better because now they're like, oh, yeah, okay, good, good, good. But if they're rambling too much and you realize conversation ain't going nowhere, you got to abort. Oh, hey, what's up, man? All right, I'll be right back. But you just kind of have to read the room. But I would just say if you're having a regular conversation with somebody, try not to cut them off. Make sure you're a good listener. The third thing you have to do is remember their name. You want to say it to yourself multiple times to make sure you get it right. And I always make sure to bring it up multiple times in the conversation. So someone's name is Sammy. Oh, nice to meet you, Sammy. Oh, yeah. Blah, 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 Sammy. Blah, 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 Sammy. You're saying their name throughout the conversation so you don't forget it. And then an extra tip that I usually do, I write it in my phone. I write it in my phone, and then next to it, I write where I met them at. So if I meet somebody in the gym, okay, Sammy. Next to that, gym. So now the next time I go to the gym and I'm like, man, who's that over there? I remember meeting that person. Go right in my phone. Oh, Sammy. Go over there. Oh, what's up, Sammy? How's it going? It's a big difference because now you remember their name and it's like, man, I don't remember your name. I feel so bad. And it's like, don't feel bad. I'm doing this. My goal is to build connections, to network. That doesn't even hurt my feelings anymore because I knew what I was doing. I knew that me knowing your name is going to make the relationship deeper. I remember playing Sims and then you have a conversation with someone and every time you hit the right answers, like you realize your friendship level went up. When you say somebody's name, the friendship level is moving. It's moving up. Especially when you see someone for the second time and you remember their name from that last meeting, the friendship meter is going up. Me, I have a semi-hard name. So when people get my name right, oh my gosh, you my best friend right there. Like it's just crazy how many people that I have multiple conversations with and they still say Jalen. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know my name. You got to make sure you say people's name right every single time, no matter how hard it is. It's so important. You think about your college you went to, all those big old buildings they be having that was paid by the alumni. The alumni have their names all over it. So people's names is very important. They love, that's the most important name in the entire world. So making sure you remember their name is going to take you a long way. So the fourth topic this book talked about was avoiding criticism. People don't like you criticizing them. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to say you're not doing a good job, you're doing a bad job. Nobody likes that. So don't do it. This is when you're more in a deeper relationship with someone. This is not the first time you've talked. You've been, having many conversations, but people don't like doing that. It's okay to make sure that you hold someone accountable, but you don't want to criticize someone. You want to make sure you have understanding on what they're going through so you could be able to, help them move in the right direction, but don't criticize anybody. My mom always said, you get more bees with honey than with vinegar. So you're going to be nice to people. If they're doing stuff you don't like, you got to find a way to say it politely without criticizing. Because the minute you start criticizing someone, you might as well just cut them off because that relationship is not going to work. So that's what I learned by being in a relationship is that if someone is doing something that you don't like, don't look at it as like they're doing it on purpose. You got to realize that everyone grew up in different households. People do things differently. They're not doing something that's bad for you. It's just that that's their norm. Even though you might do things that are bad to someone else, it's just your norm. So especially when you're thinking about relationship wise, two people grew up in two different households, different rules, different things are accepted, different things were not accepted. Now you come together and you're trying to blend two different worlds. You might have a period of time where you're like, man, what are you doing? That's not right. But that's not what you can't come at it like that. You have to come at it as understanding that, okay, this person grew up in a different household. It was different over there. And you got to have understanding and have conversation. That's what's very important when you're actually building any kind of relationship, not even talking about just friends. If you want to get into a relationship, use these topics to find someone that's going to be your spouse. You want to make sure that you're not criticizing them. You're not having arguments about nothings. Have conversations, communicate. That is so important. Understand where that person is coming from. So that's why when I said have that first conversation with that person to let them talk, show interest in them, you're going to learn so much about them. You're going to learn that they grew up in the South and they have perfect manners. Or you're going to learn that they grew up in the North and could be a little bit rude. I'm from the North too, so I could say that. People up north is low rude up there, but but you want to make sure you have an understanding. We don't want to condemn people. We don't want to chastise them. We want to give them understanding. I don't know if any of y'all have pets, dogs particularly. If you have a dog, you realize that you can't scold your dog. Your dog's not going to learn anything by scolding them. Your dog's going to learn your dog's going to learn by giving them a reward, giving them a treat. My parents have a chocolate lab, Coco. When I was first trying to train her, I learned that she loves rewards. She's a reward-driven dog. She's gonna eat. If you leave the bag of food open, she's gonna eat the whole bag. So she loves food. Food is going to make her do things. So every time I'm training her, she do something good. Good job, Coco. Give her that. Good job, Coco. Give her the treat. But just out here, just yelling at her for doing things that she's not supposed to do, it's not like that. You want to give her more treats for doing good than bad. So she might be acting up. You're just not giving her treats. The minute she does what you want, here's a treat. So now it reinforces her mind that, okay, this is what I need to be doing because I'm going to get what I want. Or on the other hand, just yelling at me is like, all right, whatever. I'm not, whatever. But you want to give them what they want by reinforcing that good habit. So that gets me into my next point. Show appreciation. And again, I want to make sure that this is not a episode to take advantage of people. When you hear influence people, you think of like, oh, man, I want to take advantage. No, we're not doing that. The reason why we're showing appreciation for someone is because, like I said, we're building our community. We want to show people that they are appreciated. People in this world love validation. People live for validation. So when you're actually showing appreciation, telling someone they're doing good at something they're doing, it makes them so much better. There's so many people in my life that want to be content creators. And they ask me for advice, ask me about this. I let them know, yo, you're doing a great job. You're doing an awesome job. I love the way you're delivering your messages. What you posted today was so motivational. Show appreciation for someone, even people in your life, your parents in your life, show appreciation. We take them so for granted for the amount of things that they've done for us. You take it for granted. Show appreciation. If you're in a relationship, show your wife, show your husband appreciation, your boyfriend, girlfriend appreciation. Let them know the things that they're doing actually matter and that's actually making a difference. Don't just say, honey, you looking good today, girl. You looking good today. Don't just say that. Show appreciation for what they're doing, the person they are. Baby, you were so patient today. I'm so happy how you're chasing your goals. Things like that. That's going to make the person feel better, feel good. They're going to realize that things that they're doing is actually affecting the person that they love. Or even just like I said, a regular relationship, the person they're doing is actually, beneficial. But show appreciation, especially for your loved ones you have already. Don't just rush and try to find a new group of friends. Like I said, this is trying to win friends, but also the people that you have in your life that you want to keep, making sure you show them appreciation, tell them what they're doing is good. And the next thing you can do to win friends and influence people is smile. Just smile. You don't know what a smile can do for someone, especially if you're trying to find a relationship, a spouse out here. You can't be out here mean mugging. You're like, that's not going to help you find a spouse. Nobody wants to talk to that. That's not an inviting kind of person. Smile, be happy, be inviting, because that smile is gonna make somebody have eye contact with you, and now you might have found your spouse. You might have found your new best friend. You might have found your next business partner. But since you actually were not smiling, you were not looking like you were inviting, you lost out on that connection. So making sure y'all smile, practice at work. You go to work, you see someone, smile. I try not to do this too many times because I'm a married man, but I think that's something that's good to practice. Like, oh, how you doing? Nice day. All right, good job. All right. Hey, yeah. You got to do it. And don't fake it either. Be legit. Be legit. Get up there. Start smiling at people. Have conversations, little conversations, making sure you're interested in them. Find out about this person. Find out if this is a person you want to add to your contacts. Ask them questions. It doesn't matter what you got going on. You know what you got going on, so you don't need to tell nobody else about it. Find out about them. And the last thing you want to do is give people what they want. So this is not really on the win friends situation. This is more of the influence people. And the example that they gave was actually a pretty cool example. Let's say you're going out fishing and you're trying to catch a fish. What are you going to give that fish as bait? You're going to give that fish chicken because you like chicken? No. You can give the fish cake because you like cake, or cookies, or ice cream. Are you going to give the fish any of those things because that's what you like? No. You're going to put in the water what the fish likes, because the bait is what the fish wants. So you're going to give the fish worms. You don't like worms, but the fish likes worms. So you're going to give them fish. So that's the same mindset you want to have when you're actually having a conversation with someone or trying to influence them to do something. You're going to give them what they want. Salespeople all the time try to make sure they say, man, our business is so good because of this, because of that, because of this, because of that. Nobody cares about why your business is good. What can you do for me? So when we first moved in the house, we had a lot of salespeople come to our house. One of them was for solar panels. We were actually interested in solar panels because we was like, man, the Duke Energy bill is kind of high. We would love to get something that's going to reduce the bills. So they came over and basically we let them know why we were interested, because we want to find something that's going to reduce the bills. So instead of actually going after what we wanted, he just started giving us a bunch of facts. This company was founded in da 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 da. This is the design. It was made with this, with that, with that. It's going to be on the back of your house. This is your floor plan. This is how it works. This is how it did this. This is how it do that. And he just going on in circles. And we were like, is this going to help us save money on our bill? In that long conversation, and after that long conversation, he gave us a bill that was higher than the bill we had by like $30, $40 or so. And I'm like, and this is a monthly too. It's just like, you told us all this. You wasted an hour of our time, an hour of your time talking about stuff, and this is not going to save us money on our bills. Because when you're being a salesperson, you have to give them what you want. When you want to influence someone to do something, you have to give them what they want. So that's what you have to think about in your everyday life. We want to be probably content creators or business owners or influencers. We have to give the audience what they want. So me, for example, when I was making these episodes, when I first started making them, it was all about me. And I was like, nah, nobody cares. So then I started finding topics that you want to hear about. So now you're listening to this because I realized that People love this book. And I said, this is a book I probably need to read and break it down and break it down for my audience. And if you got this far, that means it worked, right? So that's what you want to realize. Whatever you're doing is not about you. It's about that person. If you want to influence people, find out how you can solve their problems. That's all influencers are. Influencers are people that are there, that are solving people's problems. And that's the reason why they're influencer, because they do a good job of solving problems. And if you want to be an influencer, you have to do a good job at solving problems. That's how you can make friends too. Find their problems, solve their problems. Now, once you solve their problems, they can help solve your problems. Now, when you scroll through that phone, you have people that's going to motivate you. You scroll through your phone, you have people that's going to inspire you, people that's going to challenge you because you helped them out with the problem. They helped you. Now, that's the kind of community that you want. So hopefully this episode helped you out some. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Great book, great read. If you're not big on reading, audiobooks help out as well. I was doing both. I was reading the physical book, reading the audiobook, and driving to work. Multitasking. One day I'm gonna get a Tesla so I can actually read while I'm driving. But until then, I'm gonna do some audiobooks. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Definitely pick up the book. I'm gonna leave it in the show notes. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all leave a rating on the Apple Podcast. I've been seeing my listeners been going up a little bit. So now that y'all are, new here, make sure y'all do that as well. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Jalon Abrams, Unknown and Talented. See you next week.